you're not obtaining and controlling those relationships that you have with your trading partners, you're in a bad spot. That money that you were hoping to get and build, and because that new account could double your revenue, it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be on shaky ground. It's going to happen at the pace that your EDI managed service provider tells you, not that you're telling them, even though you're spending all this money on a monthly basis. They should really be available. They should really be easy enough to set up a schedule that you click on a calendar, you get a link, and boom. Now you have somebody that can be on there. You have a tech resource that's available. Well, there's a lot of different ways that it's going to affect you. Timing, staffing, overall consistency of order flow with your clients, making sure that your clients are getting their needs met. There's just a lot of things that come with it. Lack of, loss of revenue. These things occur because think of it this way. Think of you're getting, purchase orders are coming in. That purchase order needs to ship in a certain window and you have an issue. Well, imagine if you have to wait on somebody to give you the answer as to what the problem is for 24 to 48 hours. Imagine if you miss that window. What happens? That ship window doesn't occur. This is a brand new client that you set up on EDI for processing using a managed service provider, and all of a sudden you have no answer that you can give them. What if you can't get a support person on the phone when you have one of those trading partners reaching out to you and saying, hey, I want to set up for a meeting. I'd love to talk to you. Here's a new initiative that we're rolling out, but it's in the EDI. These are new documents that we need to process, and I need to talk to somebody from your company. And all of a sudden now you're scrambling because you don't have EDI knowledge on staff. So you're relying on these managed EDI service providers to give you that knowledge, to have somebody that can get on a call and get on a meeting. And they say, sorry, we're not available to do a scheduled meeting for at least a week or two. What does that do? What does that do in the eyes of that trading partner relationship that you're trying to grow and you're trying to build? So now you're waiting, and you're having to wait for answers, having to wait to set up meetings, having to wait to process orders, having to wait for all of these things because guess what? The EDI managed service provider is overwhelmed. And they're not doing the things that they need to do to make sure they're an extension of your organization, to make sure that they build that relationship and that partnership with you to last throughout the years and decades, because they don't understand time is money. We need to be efficient in customer service. We can have all the automated ticketing systems and all of those type of things. Those are all great and all fluff and project managers galore. But guess what? Those project managers aren't the ones that are doing the mapping, set up the communications, doing all these things that are needed to be done, because the people that are needed to get that work done are overwhelmed. What does that do to your company? It does a lot. You're going to lose money. You're going to lose time. You're going to have frustrated employees that are just trying to get their job done. You're going to have a lot of things that are going on in your company that you're not going to be happy with. Because the bottom line is this: if you're not obtaining and controlling those relationships that you have with your trading partners, you're in a bad spot. That money that you were hoping to get and build, and because that new account could double your revenue, it's not going to happen. And if it does happen, it's going to be on shaky ground. It's going to happen at the pace that your EDI managed service provider tells you, not that you're telling them, even though you're spending all this money on a monthly basis. They should really be available. They should really be easy enough to set up a schedule that you click on a calendar, you get a link, and boom. Now you have somebody that can be on there. You have a tech resource that's available for you to work with you. You have them being proactive, looking into things. You have them doing these things as though they're in your organization, because they know if they do these things, it's going to allow your organization to grow. So that's what you pay them for. You pay them to maintain, grow, excel, be top of the line. Well, are you with the right managed EDI service provider? That's a question you need to answer. That's a question you need to ask your staff. Are you getting what you ultimately want? You have to ask yourself that. You have to ask your team that. You have to review what you're looking at with your EDI service provider.